The system was never designed to make you free. It was designed to make you predictable. And the most dangerous part? Most people will never realize it. Every day, billions of people wake up believing they are making free choices. What to buy, what to believe, who to follow, what to fear. But most of those decisions were already influenced long before the thought even entered their minds. Behind the screens, behind the headlines, behind the algorithms, a system quietly studies human behavior at a global scale. Corporations no longer compete only for your money, they compete for your attention. Because attention became the most valuable resource on Earth. The longer they control your focus, the more they control your actions. And most people never realize it's happening. Social media was never designed to connect people. It was designed to study them. Every scroll, every pause, every click, every second of hesitation becomes data. The system learns what keeps you emotional, what keeps you angry, what keeps you addicted. And once it understands human behavior, it begins shaping it. Recommendation engines no longer show people what they want. They show people what keeps them watching. Because outrage is profitable, fear is profitable, division is profitable. And the longer people stay trapped inside the algorithm, the more valuable they become. The most powerful corporations in history no longer manufacture only products. They manufacture perception, news feeds, search results, trending topics, recommendations. Modern influence no longer looks like propaganda. It looks personalized. Invisible systems constantly decide what millions of people see, what they ignore, what they fear, and what they believe is true. And because the process feels natural, most people never question it. The digital world created the illusion of freedom while quietly narrowing human thought into predictable patterns. The system does not need to control everyone completely. It only needs to guide enough attention in the same direction at the same time. The modern world rewards distraction, constant stimulation, constant urgency, constant emotional interruption, notifications, advertisements, breaking news, endless scrolling. The noise never stops. Because silence creates awareness, and awareness threatens systems built on unconscious behavior. A distracted population becomes easier to influence, easier to manipulate, easier to predict. Attention spans collapse, patience disappears, critical thinking weakens, everything becomes faster, shorter, more emotional. And while society reacts to the next trend, the systems behind the screens quietly grow more powerful. Because corporations discovered something ancient about humanity. If you control attention, you control perception. If you control perception, you control behavior. And if you control behavior, you control society. The most powerful corporations on Earth no longer control only products. They control infrastructure, communication platforms, cloud systems, search engines, data networks. The systems modern society depends on every second. And the deeper technology integrates into human life, the more invisible this power becomes. Most people believe power belongs to politicians, but politicians change. Infrastructure remains. The corporations controlling information flow control visibility. The corporations controlling algorithms control influence. The corporations controlling artificial intelligence may eventually control decision-making itself. This is no longer science fiction. It is already happening. Every interaction feeds the machine. Every weakness becomes measurable. Every desire becomes predictable. For the first time in history, human behavior is being analyzed at planetary scale. And the most disturbing part, humanity volunteered for it. People uploaded their faces, their voices, their relationships, their routines, their beliefs, their fears. Entire lives transferred into digital systems willingly, not through force, through convenience. Because modern control no longer feels oppressive. It feels personalized, comfortable, entertaining, addictive. The system does not need chains. It only needs dependency. And dependency grows quietly. One-click purchasing, instant entertainment, infinite content, algorithmic recommendations, a civilization slowly handing over independent thought in exchange for stimulation. The corporations didn't force the doors open. Humanity opened them willingly, and every year, the system learns faster. Modern society created the illusion of unlimited freedom, unlimited choices, unlimited entertainment, unlimited information. But most choices now exist inside systems designed by corporations. You choose between platforms they control. You choose between products they manufacture. You choose between narratives their algorithms amplify. Even rebellion becomes profitable. Counterculture becomes branding. Outrage becomes engagement. Resistance becomes content. The machine absorbs everything. And the more emotional society becomes, the easier society becomes to influence, because emotional populations react. They do not reflect. They consume. They argue. They scroll. They repeat. Meanwhile, the systems behind the screens continue evolving quietly. More data. More prediction. More behavioral analysis. Artificial intelligence now studies humanity continuously, learning patterns, learning emotions, learning weaknesses. For the first time in history, machines are learning human behavior faster than humans understand themselves. And most people never stop long enough to notice it happening. Because the modern world trains people to avoid silence, avoid boredom, avoid reflection. Constant stimulation became the default condition of human life. And in that endless noise, independent thought slowly begins to disappear. Attention spans collapse. Patience disappears. Critical thinking weakens. Everything becomes immediate, reactive, emotional. The system rewards speed over wisdom, virality over truth, visibility over substance. And corporations understand something ancient about humanity. If you control attention, you control perception. If you control perception, you control behavior. And if you control behavior, you control society. The most sophisticated prison in history is the one where the prisoners believe they are free. Because modern control does not look like dictatorship. It looks like convenience, fast delivery, personalized entertainment, infinite scrolling, instant validation. The system rarely forces people, it guides them quietly, emotionally, algorithmically. And the deeper technology integrates into daily life, the harder it becomes to separate authentic human choice from engineered influence. So ask yourself something uncomfortable. How many of your opinions are truly yours? How many desires were planted? How many fears were amplified? How many purchases solved problems you never actually had? How much of your life was shaped by systems you never consciously noticed? Because once you recognize the pattern, you begin seeing it everywhere. The recommendations feel different. The advertisements feel invasive. The endless stimulation begins to feel intentional. And that awareness changes everything. Because awareness threatens systems built on unconscious behavior. That is why attention matters. Attention is no longer just focus. It is autonomy. And maybe that is the real battle of the modern age. Not nations versus nations, not politics versus politics, but human consciousness versus engineered influence. A silent war happening inside billions of minds every single day. And most people will never realize it's happening. Because the modern empire was never built with armies. It was built with attention. And maybe the most dangerous part of all is that the system no longer needs permission. It already lives inside modern life. Inside phones, inside homes, inside conversations, inside habits, inside identity itself. Invisible systems shaping behavior silently every second. Not through violence, through convenience. Not through fear alone, through addiction. Because the modern world discovered something terrifying. Human attention can be engineered, and once attention becomes programmable, human behavior follows. That is the real power corporations built. Not factories, not office towers, not advertisements, behavioral infrastructure, a system capable of influencing billions of people simultaneously, while making every individual feel independent. And maybe that is why so many people feel exhausted today. Constant stimulation, constant noise, constant emotional pressure, a civilization overwhelmed by systems designed to keep humans reactive instead of aware. But awareness changes the equation. Because once people recognize manipulation, the illusion weakens. The algorithm loses invisibility. The system becomes visible, and visible systems can be questioned. That is why silence matters, reflection matters, independent thought matters, because attention is no longer just a resource, it is freedom itself. And the corporations understand that perfectly, which is exactly why they fight so hard to control it. The modern empire was never built with armies. It was built with attention, and the battle for human consciousness has only just begun. The next stage of control may not come from governments, it may come from systems people voluntarily depend on every day. Artificial intelligence assistants, predictive algorithms, smart devices, digital ecosystems connected to every aspect of life. The more convenient technology becomes, the more invisible its influence becomes. Future systems will not simply react to human behavior, they will anticipate it, predict it, guide it, optimize it. Entire industries are already being rebuilt around behavioral prediction. Advertising, politics, entertainment, education, finance. Every system moving toward the same objective: understand human behavior deeply enough to influence it automatically. And for the first time in history, machines are beginning to understand emotional patterns at global scale. Not one country, not one city, humanity itself. A civilization slowly becoming measurable, trackable, predictable. And once human behavior becomes predictable, control no longer requires force, only algorithms, only systems, only enough influence, applied consistently over time. Most people imagine control as something visible, but the most effective systems are invisible, silent, personalized, adaptive, a system that studies every individual differently, a machine learning what makes each person react emotionally, what makes them afraid, what makes them angry, what keeps them distracted, what keeps them consuming. And maybe the most unsettling part is that humanity is still building these systems faster than it understands the consequences. Because technological progress moves quickly, human wisdom does not. And history repeatedly shows the same pattern. Humanity creates powerful systems first, then questions the consequences later. Every generation believed it understood the systems controlling society. Empires, governments, religions, corporations. But power evolves. And modern power no longer depends only on territory or weapons. It depends on attention, because attention shapes perception. Perception shapes behavior, and behavior shapes civilization itself. That is why the battle for human attention became one of the most valuable wars in history. Not fought with soldiers, fought with algorithms, notifications, advertisements, recommendations, endless stimulation. Invisible systems competing for the minds of billions of people every second. And the danger is not technology itself. Technology is a tool. The danger is unconscious dependence. A civilization losing the ability to disconnect, to reflect, to think independently. Because once human beings become permanently distracted, they become easier to guide, easier to influence, easier to control. And maybe the future will not be decided by the strongest nation or the richest corporation, but by whoever controls the system shaping human attention at the largest scale. That is the real empire of the modern age, invisible, digital, psychological, and it grows stronger every day. The question is no longer whether these systems influence society, they already do. The real question is, how much of humanity still belongs to itself?